Uh, just very excited to be here. It's been a long season, as it has for all of us. I feel like our guys are very prepared to be here physically, mentally. We came off a very long weekend in Bloomington at the Big Ten tournament, won 3 games up there. Um, we feel really good about the guy we have on the mound tomorrow, Brian Schaefer, the Big Ten Pitcher of the Year. Um, and I think we feature a few other guys that are really hot, that are playing well. Brandon's one of them. A.J. Leadby is another offensively. John Murphy's been tremendous out of our bullpen lately, just to name a few. Kevin Smith, our shortstop, was an All-Big Ten tournament selection, and one of our better defenders. So, we feel like we have a lot of guys that can help us get in a good position in a game, offensively, defensively. We feel like we're going to go out there and pitch well and play good defense. Last time we were here was 2014. We were still in the ACC. The majority of the guys on this club were not on that team, so we have quite a different roster than we did 3 years ago, but talented nonetheless. So, lastly, I here with a bunch of pretty good teams. Obviously, Wake deserving as the one seed in the host, and we were fortunate to play against West Virginia and UMBC this year, both at home. 2 very good coaches, good programs. So I think regardless of who we play and in what situation, it's just a good, I think it's a good group of 4 teams that we're all pretty happy to be here.
Questions for Brandon Gunn.
Brandon, you're playing your second ever NCAA tournament, but the first one came at George Mason. What's it like to be here with this group of guys?
It's awesome. This is why I chose here. This is why I wanted to come to be in the NCAA tournament again. Obviously a lot different the first time around being in Houston with 3 Texas teams, so this atmosphere might not be as hostile, but it'll be fun.
In the Big Ten tournament, you were Maryland's best hitter, hitting over 400. What was working for you in Bloomington?
Got some fortunate hits. Not everything was off the barrel, but just staying with my approach, just getting pitches that I wanted to hit and not missing them when I got them.
From an overall perspective this season, this is the first time you played first base. It's the first time you hit cleanup this year. Now hitting the 2-hole. What's your growth been like over the course of this season?
I think the growth has definitely been at defensively most at first base. It was definitely a big difference compared to what I'm used to playing with short third. So moving across the infield wasn't the easiest transition, but gotten a lot more comfortable with it. 60 games in, so nothing to be afraid of at this point.
Brandon, after putting together some wins in the Big Ten tournament, did you feel comfortable about hearing Maryland's name called on the selection show? And if not, then how did it feel when it was?
I guess you're never really comfortable hearing it unless you know for sure that it's going to be called. We felt like 3 wins. We kind of deserved it after that. But it was definitely a nerve-wracking on Sunday, and then the plane rides home weren't the best. So when we heard our name called, it was definitely a sigh of relief.
In these kind of postseason situations, a lot of the younger guys will turn to veteran guys that have been here before and see what their experience is like. What's been your message to some of the younger guys on this team?
Just enjoy it. I know when I was at Mason, the message that I was trying to, because a lot of the kids, the freshmen, didn't want to come, and I was like, you guys might never be a part of this again. Obviously, at Maryland, you have a lot better chance of going to more than one in your career, but you just got to enjoy it. It's something that it might not happen for you again, so you just got to take advantage of it while you're here.
Brandon, you mentioned that this whole experience is why you chose Maryland. As you look through your season results and what you've been a part of with this team, how do you reflect upon that decision to move from George Mason to Maryland?
Obviously hindsight's 20/20, but there's no regrets. Definitely the best decision I ever made coming here. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Help your team tomorrow?
I think so. We've seen them. We have notes on them. Anytime you've played a team, then you're going to play them again. You feel like you're more prepared. Their starting pitcher, Manoa, I believe he actually started against us. So we've seen him before, and he's very good, very good. We struggled with him. We actually won that game. It was a 1-run game, but we got in their bullpen and got to him. So he's a good arm. You're going to see 2 good arms, I think, tomorrow going at each other. And at this time of year, that's what you would want. That's what any baseball fan would want, I think.
Do you have a plan for your starters moving forward through the weekend, or are you going to kind of play it depending upon how you folks do and how the other game progresses?
I think we'll probably option B there. We'll probably watch the other games, see what it looks like. Righties, lefties, velocity, or off, you know what I'm saying? We can go a lot of different ways, and I think we'll do that once we see who we're playing and what they look like.
This is the third time in the NCAA tournament for this program in the last 4 years. What do you think that says about Maryland, kind of, I guess, over your tenure as head coach?
Well, I mean, I've kind of talked about this before. Like any head coach or any coaching staff is trying to develop consistency, so that you're not just good. Your spikes are not like this. It's a lot more consistent, and hopefully, 3 times in 4 years shows an awful lot of that. The other thing is that if you looked at the roster in 14 and compared it to this roster, it's quite different. There are some of the same guys, but there are a lot more differences than similarities. And I think really in any college sport across the board, usually a good sign is if programs can have success with different players and with different coaching staffs, for that matter. We have a different pitching coach this year. So, who came in here, Ryan Fecto, and coached the Big Ten Pitcher of the Year and the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, who's also a pitcher. So, I mean, I feel pretty good about us doing it with different players and with a coach and Ryan that, I mean, if your pitching coach doesn't have an impact on what's going on, then I don't know who would.
In 2015, some of the key contributors on that roster, guys like Kevin Smith, Taylor Bloom, Ryan Sommer, Brian Schaefer, they were all freshmen. Now that they're juniors here, how do you think they've grown over the last couple of years?
Well, they've seen a lot. They've been through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of tough games, and I think they're definitely kind of battle tested. They've been in the postseason before. They played in front of big crowds, so I mean, I think our experience has helped us to get to this point. Hopefully, it'll help us this weekend and beyond.
Whereas Wake has like 5 players that are double-figure home runs, you've got 5 players double-figure stolen bases. How does stolen base play into the way your team plays baseball?
Well, I mean, Rob Vaughn and Anthony Papio do a very good job in kind of working and practicing with guys on the up-tempo running type game. Our numbers reflect that. That won't change. It really hasn't changed throughout the season. That's kind of what we do, So, I mean, really, those guys have just done a very good job of developing our running game, and it's something that we put a lot of stock into. And it not only helps us get extra bases, but what the biggest thing I've seen what it does is it, in a lot of cases, it'll take the pitcher's focus off of the hitter, so that the hitter's going to get better pitches to hit while they're worried about controlling the running game. That really helps our offense a lot.